We're finally here at the pointy end of the season. It is the finale of the TNR Group C Championship, and we're here at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. It's a great scene setter for the finale, and it's a very fast flowing circuit. The Nissan's looking pretty dominant once more in practice earlier, but we've got a good mix of drivers and cars once more, and we might see a shock winner if we're lucky. Perhaps one of the Mercedes can luck in or something. Dugamus will be on pole position with Mark in second place. So Mark battling for the championship, 1 point between him and Coops. The lights are about to go out and we'll see who will lead into turn one. Will Dugamus get a great start? He gets a very poor start. Chrysler launches through from third or fourth on the grid in the Jaguar and takes the lead. The Jaguar, that was an excellent start from Chrysler, and in the background Mark's having contact and he's been taken out, but Mark sort of ran into Chrysler back across the track, and now Graham leads in the Jaguar. It's actually a Jaguar 1-2 as we head through Eau Rouge for the first time, and up the hill it is Jaguar. It's the first time we've been able to say that so far, but Lee is creeping up ever so quickly already in the first of the Nissans, and they slow down the safety car situation. Dom is fourth in the leading Mercedes with Oz in fifth, the only man to win a race that's not been in the Nissan so far this season. Dukes is sixth after a really slow getaway. Again, slow reactions. We saw Dugamus with a good grid spot earlier on. I can't remember which race it was, and another slow getaway. It might have been at Monza. We got Coops in seventh. He is mathematically in the hunt for the championship, but only just. Andy is towards the back, and Mark, after that contact, the cars have got themselves back together. I'm not sure if we're going to do the whole lap around here, and it's a bit of a shame for the Jaguars because they had that opportunity to break away, but due to the safety car situation that's not been possible. Graham leads round. Might be the first time if Graham manages to get to the start-finish line and cross it. That might be the first time a Jaguar has led, and he's away. He's made a fantastic restart, pulls away from Chrysler. Chrysler already under pressure for second place. Lee sides up the inside, and I think, unfortunately for Graham, Lee is going to be on the march so quickly now. Chrysler holding on to third place just ahead of Dom's Silver Arrow. Oz runs really wide in his Mercedes, one of the other cars as well going wide in the background, and they're all together fighting over what is effectively third place or fourth place. Oh! And Chrysler goes into the back of Oz. There's contact, that takes out Oz. Oz rejoins but dangerously and straight into the side of Dugamus and takes them both out. Oh, that was really confused driving between the drivers there. And Coops sides past Dom, now up to third place. Graham's got past, Lee's got past Graham for the lead already. He's just managed to get past, but Graham is going to try and stick it out around the outside of the Jaguar. They come round the final fast double left-hand bend down towards the chicane. Graham's going to try and do him on the brakes, and I think the Jaguar is just going to hold on to the lead for now. It's a matter of time, of course, but for the first time this season, I think a Jaguar leads as they go across the start-finish line. Oh, the boys have got us a good one in store tonight, and there's plenty of action to watch. Lee is going to go on the attack, and I think it's a matter of time, but what a great thing to see one of the Jaguars lead a race at least. Coops is third at the moment, Dom is fourth, as we try and calm down for a moment. And Mark is recovering well already. He's up to fifth place, so good stuff from Mark after that contact, just in the same place there actually last time around. Andy's in sixth. Out front, Graham is still holding off the challenge for the lead, but only just. They're battling. Oh, in the background, Dom flies up and over, and one of the Nissans as well. Was that Mark yet again involved in a collision? I couldn't tell you who was at fault there, but Lee has taken the lead. Graham unable to hold on to it in the Jaguar, but I think Graham's just playing this one sensible. He knows that Lee's quicker. He probably knows that Coops is coming at quite a rate, and Coops will be up and past pretty soon. But what this does mean is there is a good chance of the Jaguar on the podium yet again this season. Graham's done it before, I think only once this season, just checking back through the points. Twice, at Monza. He had a second place and a third place. So Graham could get another podium, but it's going to be a third at best, I think, as Coops is already hunting down the back of that Castrol Jaguar as they go through the right-hander, through the left-hander, and then slightly downhill into the right-hander. looking good, and out of turn and up the hill. But Lee has got himself in a dominant position with just 1 point ahead of Mark in the standings, and this could put paid to Mark's hopes, and Coops is going to be out of this mathematically unless he wins the race, and Lee and Mark have really bad finishes, which isn't looking likely. As we head down in towards the final chicane, Graham gives a little bit of space to Coops. Coops thinks about it, actually doesn't go for it. Now the Nissan is particularly dominant through the faster corners, so it would have been quite crucial for Coops to try and get through at that point. He was unable to do so, and so he's going to end up stuck behind that Jaguar probably until the other side of Eau Rouge. We'll watch on board with the Nissan of Coops, and you can get a bit of a feel if you look at the speedo for what these guys are going through, and it'll be flat out. Even with the dirty air, they're pretty much flat out in the Nissan. I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity on the Jaguar this time. He's doing 180 miles per hour, but the Jaguar's not bad in a straight line. Graham weaves to try and break that toe, and it's just enough for now. And of course, every moment that ticks by is more time that Lee can get away. But Lee has dropped off a bit, and a great opportunity for Coops. Couldn't quite pull it off there, but as they head downhill, he might have another go. He's too far back this time. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Lee's made a mistake. There goes Coops trying to get a better line. This is the frustrating thing, is trying to get past the cars here. Graham's just driving a good, solid middle line, and it's making it impossible for Coops to get past. If only he could have managed this with Lee as well. Lee was through so fast, there was no opportunity, I think, for Graham to try and win this race because Lee just got through so quickly. Coops is going to have another go. Will he dive to the inside? Doesn't quite do it. So it's another lap around, and we're watching the same thing happen again. I can tell you further back, Dom has recovered to 4th and Oz to 5th. So the two Mercedes guys going well. Coops runs into the back of Graham, but sensibly backs out a bit and lets Graham continue in that second place. Doesn't spin him out. Good driving, boys. Keep it up. And we'll have a quick flick to see what's going on between Chrysler and Andy there. I think Mark has quit the race. That is such a shame. That is really going to put paid to his championship. He really would have been better off finishing, trying to get what points he can, because Lee could easily have a bad race in race 2 or race 3, but it's all over now, I think, and it's probably settled. Coops actually is going to get a good opportunity to chase down for 2nd in the championship because of Mark DNFing this one, and he's still stuck behind Graham's Jaguar. And again, Lee builds up a large gap, 4.5 seconds at the moment. As we head down the hill for Eau Rouge, we'll watch it this time and then go and have a look at some of the other cars. On board, 180 miles per hour almost. Graham again, breaking that toe as best he can. Nothing that's going to be done just here. And he holds on to 2nd place. They're catching again on Lee. I think Lee's made another mistake. Right, we've got a lag issue. Graham's off. Oh, I think it was a lag issue. Oh, what a shame. What a way to ruin a good battle between the boys. But I think that was a lag problem. Thankfully, Graham's recovered the 3rd, which, to be fair, is probably where he'd have ended up anyway. But he was defending so resolutely. Dom is a fair way back in the Mercedes, and Oz further back still. But the Mercedes boys having a fairly good race in 4th and 5th. Andy is next to the Nissan in 6th, just ahead of Dugamus and Chrysler, rounding out the runners at the moment. But I feel for Graham, because I don't think he did anything wrong there. I think the game shut him out, and that's put paid to that possible 2nd position. Now what we might see, because we've seen a mistake from Lee already, which has dropped him back towards Graham, then he managed to get away again. But if he makes another mistake, we could see a situation where Coops might be able to go for this win. We've got a lap and a smidge left. It might be enough. Coops is so mighty in these cars on 1 lap pace, and that gap is coming down a little bit, but it is ebbing and flowing. You get that concertina effect, and it's not clear cut at this stage, but you can see Coops with his lights on in the background. We're talking 3.5 seconds between the boys. I think it was about 4.5 at the beginning of this lap. Oh, big slide from Lee. That could cost a fair chunk of time, but Coops does very similarly, so it's probably not going to make any difference in the grand scheme. 3.6 seconds between the boys, 3.7, so it's hovering around the 3.5. as Coops goes up for Eau Rouge. Lee already through safely, and it's looking fairly straightforward at the moment, but anything can happen. These cars are so tricky to drive, and it will take one little extra oversteering moment for these boys and it's over. Lee though looking absolutely serene through there, very smooth on his steering inputs, very tidy. Coops in the background, he's chomping down that gap. We're now down to just 2.5 seconds, but it ain't going to be enough because we are on the final lap. Graham is doing a fab job in third, and I think he's going to hold on ahead of Dom. Either of these boys would deserve a podium, but oh, there go the bullards flying as Dom knocks them off. Yeah, either of those guys would deserve a podium, and it's a shame that Dom won't probably get it this time, but Graham really earned this podium and really should have been up for a potential second place. Still not convinced he would have held on for the Nissan, but he had held on for quite a while, and Coops had driven very sensibly behind as well. There's 1.9 seconds between the boys, but realistically nothing is going to happen now. 2 seconds, and we're heading into the double left-hander for the last time. Lee's through, Coops is through the chicane, and I think we can probably call it now, although not mathematically settled, but Lee is probably going to be the TNR Group C champion thanks to Mark's DNF. He comes across the line, takes yet another win this season. I think it's about his 6th or 7th victory. Great win for Lee. Coops a good second place as well. Graham is going to come up to the line and probably put in the most effort out of the 3 of those boys to take third for Jaguar. It's his 3rd podium position of the season, and it bodes well for a good couple of other races here today to finish off the day. Dom's 4th, that's a good result actually for Dom. He's been really trying hard since he joined in that Mercedes. It's not the best car, great result. Oz involved in a few incidents early on, but brings home the car in 5th, so a good result as well. Andy sliding out the final turn, he dragged his Nissan up and over the line in 6th, also involved in incidents I think. Chrysler, who did some pretty cool stuff at the start, didn't he? That great start, it was really good to see him lead the race, but it was very short-lived. Went a little bit deep into turn 1, but he brings home the car in 7th, and Douglas Poleman rounds out the finishes in 8th. It's confirmation of your result with just 2 races left to run, and Coops and Oz both with track limits penalties.